visit teams that have world-ranked underclass high school swimmers. So if you're 9th, 10th, or 11th grade, I come in and I visit your team, and in the world rankings, I come in at U.S. Swimming's expense and work with the team, coaches, and parents for 4 days. I've visited now 153 teams, 7 of the better teams in Florida. So that's kind of what I do. And I'm on a vacation right now, and my wife wanted to go to church, so I wanted to come to the pool, and I talked to Paul, and he said, okay, come. So what I want to talk about now is what it takes for you to be the best you can be. Raise your hand if you'd like to get slower. You wouldn't be here at 9 o'clock on Sunday if you wanted to get slower. In all athletics, there are 3 things that determine success. And it doesn't matter if you're in the NCAA basketball, and I'll compare my bets against yours, or a football player, or a soccer player, or a swimmer. Skill, fitness, and motivation determine success. And I have an hour-long talk with 230 slides, and I'm just going to hit a couple of points for you right now. In the area of skill, you have to know the difference between pressoreceptive and proprioceptive sense. Proprioceptive is knowing where your hand is without having to look at it. You know if you're making that pattern that your coach wants. The only way you can develop that is by never missing practice and going as many yards as you can. The second is pressoreceptive. That's putting your hand in the water and anchoring it. So now you got a vote. You got a choice. Do you think your hand moves backwards through the water as you swim, or stays in one place? So, how many of you think that your hand stays in one place when you swim? How many of you think that your hand moves backwards through the water in that pattern that your coach wants? You must be Americans. You don't all vote. We'll try it one more time. Stays in one place. Moves backwards through the water. You're all wrong. Your hand stays in one place. If your hand moves backwards in the water, what would happen to your body? It would stay in one place. You said you want to get faster. So, you've got to put your hand in the water, and that pattern your coach wants you to make is done in one place, and it actually comes out ahead of where it went in. You can have a teammate see where your hand went in. Just look at a lane line and see where it came out. They can help you with that. That's called pressoreceptive sense. And the only way you can develop that is with lots of swimming. Michael Phelps moved almost 9 feet on each stroke, freestyle. So from the pole to about here. Katie Hoff moved almost 7 feet on each stroke. That's important. The other thing is streamlining. Streamlining is most important. And all a coach can do is say, streamline, or break out here. But you're the one that has to do it. And it hurts. It hurts. You've got to force yourself to stay down. You've got to experiment with your coach with different kinds of kicks. There are 6 different kicks you can do underwater. You've got to get timed on them so you know which one's best. Your coaches have all that information. So those are skill things that are really important. The other thing about skills is anytime you make a mistake and your coach corrects it, you have to change it because you build myelin around the nerves in your body. You got thousands of miles of nerves. The only way to get faster is to build myelin around the nerves So the impulses move faster and you become more skilled. So if a coach talks to you, you've got to think about it with ignition in your brain for a week before it starts to become automatic. Okay, so those are skill things, fitness things, never missing practice. I went up to Phelps' coach when he set a world record at age 15 or 16 at Austin, Texas, 156, 205. I said, congratulations on Michael's 200 fly record. He said, that's what happens. You never miss a practice. 4 years. And they practiced on Sundays too. Anybody here ever miss a practice without a really good reason? Only you can make a difference. You're the one that decides. The other thing is you have to swim at the right speeds. Coaches create a training program that cycles through 7 energy systems you inherited from your mom and dad. And who here has ever had a mom or dad that was disappointed with the way they swam? You just tell your mom and dad you're doing the best you can with what they gave you. Okay? So, you've got to swim at the right speed. Coaches cycle through 7 energy systems in training. You'll do at least 2 a practice. If you miss that day, you've missed the training and it's out of sync with what the coaches have planned. It's based on science, not some whim. You've got 2 best friends in this sport. The coach and the pace clock. Everybody else is important as a team, but they don't matter for you because the clock and the pace clock, they're your biggest, the pace clock and your coach are the 2 biggest influences on success. If the pace clock's important, you've got to know when you left, when you came in, figure your times. And the last thing is motivation. Who's the number 1 motivator of you? Friends. Yourself. You yourself. You're the one that determines how good you are. Your coach is a Google. You Google your coach. You have to listen to your coach, but you're the one that makes it. How many of you are nervous at swimming meets? What makes you nervous? Anybody? What makes you nervous at swimming meets? You want to do good, that's pressure. What else? The atmosphere of the meet. Bigger teams. What makes you nervous? Y'all raise your hand. Come on. The distance you have to swim. First time for 200 fly, 400 IM, 1500. Just remember, if you want to be a sprinter or swim really fast, swim to 1500 when you're young. Those people become successful. What else makes you nervous? Causes of nervousness. Your goggles fall off? Your goggles fall off. Is anybody here nervous because the person next to them is bigger than them? How about someone that's smaller but with a faster time? How about if your mother walks up to you and says, "Hey, you're 73rd in this event." All you have to do is hope someone scratches and you're already 72nd. Okay, how does nervousness come out in your body? What happens when you're nervous? Nausea. Don't stand near him when he's... Okay, what else? What else? Panic. Okay, what else? Huh? You tighten up. Yeah, you're tense. Other things that happen to your body when you're nervous. You get gassy? Stand near him. Hey, while he brings it up, how many of you have ever been in practice? You're listening to the set, and someone in your lane says, "Oh, I hate this. This sucks." Anybody hear that? What happens? What happens if you're standing at the end of the lane and someone points? Everybody moves away from it. So, anytime you're in practice, someone says, "Oh, I hate this one," move away from it, and everybody will think they farted. Okay. Other things that come out in your body when you're nervous. I'll speed it up. Does anybody take a leak more often? Okay. The point is, Olympians go through the same things that you brought up. Olympians have the same kind of nervousness. So, if you're nervous, sometimes that's good. But if you're nervous and it's negative, get with your coach and learn some relaxation drills. If you're relaxed before you swim, your pain tolerance is greater. And swimmers need pain tolerance. If your coach doesn't help you with relaxation drills, talk to your mom, because they know a thing called Lamaze. Okay, you're supposed to get out at 1/4 after. I'll just finish up by saying you're lucky, lucky people. You've got a great facility to train in. I worked with T2 Aquatics. They had 30 swimmers with junior and senior cuts. They had 5 lanes, 6 people to a lane. What you've got here is magnificent. You're lucky people. The second thing you've got is coaches that have more than anything a passion to help you be the best you can be. And you should take advantage of them by being coachable. Your coaches here really know swimming. Rely on them to help you because that's what they want to do. And the third thing you've got going for you is moms and dads that are helping you be successful at something you love. So, if your dad's picking you up, give him a hug. If your mom picks you up, give her a kiss. Or when you get home, if you're driving, do the same thing and say thanks for helping me be the best I can be. Now, give your mom and dad and your coaches a big hand. Hey, age groupers, watch the seniors. They're going to teach you something. Give your coaches a big hand. There you go. Thanks for enjoying whistle pools, rock band and racehorse, and my speech at the end.
Thanks very much, Coach Steele.
They're doing the best they can with what you gave them.
Thanks. That's great.
Oh my God!
Cecil Collin told me that's gold.